Yep. Antonio Brown is a Buccaneer. What's going on, you guys? Sports Runs on Diesel is back at you here. And obviously, Antonio Brown is going to the Tampa Bay Bucs. And I'm kind of shaking my head on this because do they really need this guy? And I will go over the details in just a second. But we all know about Tom Brady Tom Brady's affection for Antonio Brown. He's been wanting him to be a Tampa Bay Buc since the offseason. All summer long, he's been pestering Tampa Bay and the head office and the front office to get this deal done and get him signed. Obviously, he was suspended for the first 8 weeks due to a personal conduct policy violation. He is eligible after week 8. Week 9 is the first game, and that will be against the New Orleans Saints, which is obviously a divisional matchup. Obviously, it's a one-year deal, plenty of incentives, obviously, which is to be expected of this kind of deal when Tampa Bay only has 2 years of an opportunity, a 2-year window to win. And they're going to do whatever it takes to try and win, get Super Bowls back to Tampa Bay, because the last Super Bowl they won was in 2002. With that being said, let's go into the details here of why should you have Antonio Brown. We know about Seattle. We know about Baltimore. They were trying to think about gunning at him throughout not only the offseason, over the summer, but also in the first early weeks. Especially Seattle. Seattle was hinting at getting Antonio Brown. Baltimore was hinting at it. The only reason why Tampa Bay was hinting at it was because of Tom Brady. Tom Brady was like, you guys need to get this guy. He's another weapon on this team. But why Antonio Brown? Tampa Bay has a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries at that wide receiver spot. Mike Evans has had a lingering ankle injury since week 4. We know about Chris Godwin and that hamstring. They just got him back. And then Scotty Miller's had a groin and hip injury that's been kind of nagging him the last few weeks as well. So this is something that they need to have. Now, we know about Bruce Arians and his quote that he said to Adam Schefter last year, saying that he is a diva. Yes, this guy is a diva, but we're talking about a guy who has had multiple 1,000-yard receiving seasons. He's led the league, I don't know how many times, not only in yards, but in receptions. Like, he holds the NFL record with over 150 catches in a season. So this guy is instant production, and him and Tom Brady already have somewhat of a little bit of some previous chemistry, obviously in New England, where he played that one game in the 43-0 win against Miami, and he had 4 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. So there's already been some chemistry between Tom Brady and Antonio Brown. So keep that in mind. And like I said, Tampa Bay's banged up at the wide receiver spot. They need another weapon, and here's your next weapon. And this Tampa Bay offense already is a nightmare for defensive coordinators and coaches who are like Bill Belichick, who is making defensive calls. As you know, for me, this team is going to be so dangerous now. And it's like the whole thing with Le'Veon Bell going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, you already have teams that have multiple weapons, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire over there in Kansas City has had big-time rushing numbers. Obviously, we know about his last week rushing against a very good Buffalo Bills defense, 161 yards rushing on the ground. I think it was on 23 carries. So he's averaging almost 8 yards a carry. So, and now you add Le'Veon Bell to the situation, who is a dual threat running back who is a pound and ground kind of guy and can also catch the ball as a receiver. Very dangerous in terms of that. Now, people think Le'Veon Bell is past his prime. He is a little bit, but at the same time, though, he was on the Jets, guys. He was with a rookie quarterback, now a 2-year quarterback in Sam Darnold. And the Jets are not a good team, period, whatsoever. So you can't blame Le'Veon Bell for that. So with that being said, now he's with Kansas City. He's got practically, arguably the best quarterback in the league. And I mean, I think he's the best quarterback in the league right now, the way he's throwing the football and he's taking care of the ball and he's got all these weapons and his weapons are staying healthy with the exception of Sammy Watkins. But with that being said, it's the same exact thing with Antonio Brown going to Tampa Bay. This offense is already potent enough, and you saw what that offense did against a good Green Bay defense and a good Green Bay team overall, and they absolutely annihilated them. If that defense is working on all cylinders and the offense is on all cylinders, and most of the like I said, you just heard all the injuries I just reported on there. This is a team that could if this team is healthy going in the playoffs, this team could easily go to the Super Bowl. I don't care about what Russell Wilson's done. I don't care about what Aaron Rodgers has done. This is the most dangerous team in the league, and especially when you add Antonio Brown in the mix, that lightning speed, you can forget it. So, but thank you guys so much for your time. We will obviously see how this all plays out. Remember, this week is week 8. This is not week 9. Actually, I think it's even week 7. So don't even think about Antonio Brown just yet. For all the fans out in Tampa Bay, don't even think about him just yet. You got at least a week or 2 weeks before you're going to get this guy. So he's got to pass COVID-19 protocols. But anyways, thank you guys so much for your time. Stay tuned for more content. Obviously, Game 3 of the World Series is on and happening right now. Thank you guys so much again. See you guys on the next one. Deuces.